1 a.m. on July 1st, and I have just finished setting up all of my randomizers and everything for Christmas in July. I'm super excited. I was tempted to go put on some Christmas pajamas, but today was 105, tomorrow's gonna be 108, so it's still pretty warm. I just turned off my room AC, which we just set up yesterday. Our house AC is broken. And I just turned it off to help minimize the background noise, but anyways. So, in my video earlier this week, I said that I was going to put all of my Christmas projects in a randomizer, well, in paper form, and draw them. And then I remembered that actually what my plan had been was to put all of my Christmas Whip Go ones that have been called and I haven't done. And so that's what I did, plus the 5 new starts that I'm considering. So I will be drawing one of these, and then I will preview that after I do the spins on the wheel, because I'm filming this on my iPad. It's not the best quality. So after I do the video, the tiny decisions, then I will switch to filming on my phone. So I used some Christmas scrapbook paper to put them all on because I thought that would be fun and festive. So we'll see what cross-stitch project I'll work on first. And so then my plan will be to draw a new one every 1,000 stitches. So this will not be an everyday drawing, but let's see. Okay. Oh, Lantern Lane. So not exactly Christmas themed, but it is winter themed, and I have been really wanting to get that one finished. I am running low on a couple of colors, but I did get that 1, 2, 3 stitch order placed, so those ones I'm running low on should be coming. So I'm not too worried about that. And I'll show where I am on that in a minute. Let's do the tiny decisions. Okay, so I have 5 Advent socks here. Okay, 4 of them are Advent self-striping socks, and one is the stocking that I started for my husband last year and then I haven't actually finished. So my plan for this is to work on each of these projects for about 30 to 60 minutes a day. I'll probably put on an ASMR video because that's really relaxing for me, and however long that video is, I will work on that pattern until I get it done. And when I finish, then I will spin the wheel again and we will see what comes up. So let's see. So this is the Woolens and Nosh Twizzler socks. So I will pull that out in just a minute and show you what that looks like. I organized this area. That was also part of why I didn't get this filmed by midnight, is because I opened all the project bags. The top row is filled with this one. I'm always so bad at that. Yeah, this one is the sock projects, and the other one, this one, is some of the Advent projects. Now, this Advent project list is large. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 here. And there are 2 that I am gonna be attempting to do as we go along. So we will see. Part of me is like, it's gonna be so hot that I'm basically gonna be holed up here in my craft room. And when it's hot like it is in July, my husband usually lets me just stay here because it's so hot. He'll come in here and he'll hang out for a while and then he'll go. He can stand the heat better than I can. But, anyways, so we're going to spin this. I will bring out that project, and then I will talk about the 2 new projects. So, let's do it. Let's see. Oh, and with this one, I'm just going to do 1 mini and then move on. So, Tudor Dust of Snow. I have not worked on this project in so long. As a matter of fact, I have to find it. I don't think... I have to find it. So, I am going to reset, grab these projects, and then I will be back in a minute. Okay, friends, I am back, and let me tell you, that took almost an hour, I think. It's, well, I guess it took like 45 minutes. First of all, I couldn't find the Tudor Advent. Turns out, and I guess I'll show that one first. It turns out at some point I put it in this very much not Christmas bag, and this is the only bag when organizing back there that I didn't look in. And the reason for that is because I thought I knew what project was in here, but I should have realized when I saw that project in a different bag that this wouldn't have what I thought was in there. Anyways, I guess at some point I decided this is a very big bag, and I probably was like, I need that size of a bag. I can stuff the other one in a smaller one. But anyways, so here we go. This is where we are started on the Tudor Advent. I have not worked on this in literally years. Need to revisit the pattern. So what I will do is I will finish the color that I'm currently on. Now this pattern, so I've done 1, 2, and I'm on the 3rd color. Now this pattern, it is fingering weight held with a mohair. So I'm using a gray mohair, and this is the color I'm currently working on. And you can see that's a nice dark color. But if you look, it is much softer in the project, and that is the beauty of mohair, is it kind of tones down everything, and it gives it a unifying quality that makes them all look the same tone. So I will revisit the pattern, figure out what I'm doing, and I will attempt to finish this first mini. And then I will spin the wheel again to pick what Advent project I work on next. That's how I'm going to do it for the yarn Advents, is after I finish a mini, I will roll again. I will show the cross stitch one. Also very much not a Christmas bag. That's okay. So this is Lantern Lane. I started this many, many years ago, and I love it. I do love it. I don't know why I don't work on it more. I started this before getting married because I was like, my maiden name, it is Low, L-O-U-W, so K-L, but now it's K-B, which is almost just as bad in terms of closeness. So it's nice for the designer that she's got the D and the W, which is nice and spread apart, but oh well, whatever. So here is where I am at. I feel like, I mean, that's a really good amount considering how chunky this house is. I just have to finish those windows. And then I finished the first fence. So I'm pretty happy with this progress. 1,000 stitches on it should see me pretty much further around. I'm not going to start this one tonight, or start working on it tonight, because setting up a starting place on my cross stitches with however many groups I'm in just takes so long that it'll take me about half an hour to more, and it's just not worth doing right now. So I will do that in the morning and hopefully work on that then. So then the sock that was drawn, this is the Twizzler socks, and it's from Woolen and Nosh. And let's see, I believe I'm on the heel. I believe I'm on the heel on both of these. I love how these look. I hate heels. And I think I was having trouble understanding the heel directions, maybe. I don't know. I need to go revisit my issues. So my plan with these, maybe just do one heel and then continue on with the sock. I don't know. Because they're on 2 separate needles, I don't actually have to do both heels at the same time. So I might do like one heel and just finish up that sock, and then come back and do the other heel and finish up that sock. Or when I'm in a mental place to do a heel, do that second heel or something like that. But I will probably try to do the whole heel in one day, and then do the whole decrease in the next day, and then continue from there. That's usually how I like to do it, so that I don't get lost on where I'm at in terms of decreases. So I am excited to work on these socks. I do really love them. So yeah, and then I get to claim back this project back, which is always exciting. So the 2 new advents. These are not actually new advents. These are 2 of my oldest advents, like the first ones I ever bought. They are both Harry Potter themed, and both of them I had started 2 different projects on, and I just hated how they looked. And it has been so many years since I've had these advents. I don't remember the colors at all. So we are going to act like they're brand new advents, and they're going to be the advents I open during Christmas in July. Because July is 31 days, I will have leeway and give time. And hopefully I'll be able to stay in here and craft away. But the first project, and this is going to be the one I try to actually complete on a daily basis, except for the few days where I might be out of town. It's called the Pixie Dust Cowl, and see, it's only 12 rows a day, which I think is doable. This was designed by Kay Jones of the Bakery Bears. And the reason I picked this one is normally the advents I get are 20 grams. This is one, it might have been my very first advent calendar. I don't remember at all, but I just bought 10 grams. So I think this is from like 4 or 5 years ago. But anyways, so they're all here in this box. There are 3 loose ones, and these are the first 3 days that I did try that other project for. But everything else, I have no clue what this looks like at any point. So the first 3 days we'll know what it looks like, and this is the first one. I don't remember what the color's called because I threw away the little thing. But this is the first one, and I got them on a sparkly base. And so the pattern, this is actually 3 4-round repeats. This is the mini I have the least amount of, and so we'll determine if I'm able to do 3 or just 2 repeats. So we will see, because for these 3, I think I did use some on Hexie Puffs, which I have since abandoned that project, but so they're not quite full 10 grams. So we will see. And I think this is actually the project I'm going to cast on while watching an ASMR to relax before going to bed. I had set these aside, to do this project on. I think that this is slightly smaller than what the pattern calls for. I think it calls for a US 3 and this is a 2.5. So I might be able to get the full 3 repeats. But anyways, the next advent is also a Harry Potter one. And I tried, what I tried to do was there was this blanket that had 25 squares. And it called for a different weight yarn. But I had hoped with smaller needles I could make it work with this. But part of the problem is it was a cabled blanket with cabled squares. And the cabling just got lost in how busy this yarn is. So this is a Dragon Horde yarn Harry Potter advent calendar. This was year 3. So to give you an idea of how old this one is, I think 4 years. They're now doing year 7 this year. I did sign up for that one. But this one, everything is still, except for this first color, is still in their papers. And I have no clue what they look like at all. I do know this is the full size one. But yeah, that's it. And so the pattern I decided to do is called Naughty or Nice. And I just liked the name. And I think this is a free pattern, actually. You might want to check Ravelry about that. But yeah, I just decided to use this one. I'm going down a needle size because I didn't have a 6 on hand. I only had 5. It called for US 6 and I didn't have 6. So I'm like, well, save a little yarn, I guess. And so I haven't decided yet if I'm going to go with bamboo or if I'm going to go with these smart sticks. I bought these a couple years ago, but I still haven't used them. So we'll see. I'm kind of liking working with wood these days, but I'm also not sure if in summer it's going to be too sticky on my hands. So I'll take them both out and play with them and see. But so that is my day 1 start. I did, while I was downstairs printing those 2 patterns, brew a cup of coffee. No, not coffee. I'm sorry. This is tea. Don't know where that's. I'm going to turn my air conditioning back on, pretend like it's winter and I'm not sweating, which I am. This is called, it says, enjoy a cup of cheer. I got this at the clearance section of Hobby Lobby. And one of my favorite, all-time favorite teas is vanilla bourbon rooibos tea. And I have to buy it off of Amazon usually, and it's always loose leaf, so then I have to use a strainer and it's a whole ordeal, and so I rarely use it. But these ones come in the unbleached tea things, and so I bought 1 package of this because I was like, well, if I hate it, because I don't always like American rooibos. I prefer my rooibos directly from South Africa usually. I was like, well, if I don't like it, then I just only bought 1. I had 1 cup of this. It was exactly like the vanilla bourbon street rooibos. And so I went back to Hobby Lobby and bought 2 more. So I've got 3 of these now. And, you know, if I come across more, I will buy more. The Republic of Tea does generally have good tasting tea. So anyways, I am going to turn my AC back on. I'm going to do that first color And then we will see later in the day after, like, I go to sleep and then wake back up, what I get up to. So I will talk with you fine friends later, and I hope that you enjoy this Christmas in July and don't find it annoying. So bye.